like let's say we went to San Diego, and now we're listing high to low here, and see there, look at that, we got the new Acura NSX, Mercedes G-Class, Porsche Panamera, a Ford fire truck, Porsche Boxster, Plymouth Cuda. And so you see some classic cars on here as well. The cars must be newer than '05 or earlier than 1990 for classics. They have to have under 130,000 miles, must be well kept. And really, for enthusiasts, this is a great opportunity, I think, to support our car hobby. Really a golden opportunity, and you can rent manuals, you can rent interesting and classic cars. And honestly, I don't know if you guys follow regular car reviews or not, but Mr. Regular recently had a video where he said he was going to sell his MR2 because he was feeling bad about not driving it enough. Well, Mr. Regular, you should list your car on Turo if you want it to get driven regularly and driven hard like it should, you feather-footed pansy. Just what I would do if I had something like that. Here's a Ford Victoria Fairlane, Porsche 911. But the other interesting thing is that, you know, if you wanted an extra car, and it doesn't have to be something as expensive as this Porsche 911, but you see how this guy's had 12 trips. He's renting it at $300 a day. Assume each trip is going to be 3-4 days a piece. If we go to see how long Christopher's been on here, he joined in September 2016. So he's basically been renting this car out once a month, 1 weekend a month, 1 week a month. And the car is, with a rental fee, is paying most of the note. Turo takes a cut, but for the most part, this car is kind of paying for itself. And I bet he was willing to rent it out a little bit more. He'd probably get the whole thing to pay for itself, or maybe even make some money on it. But it's just an interesting proposition. You know, you can pick up a 911 like this in the 50 to 60,000 range with, you know, lowish miles. If you put $5,000 down, you're looking at a note around $1,000 a month. Or on the flip side, you know, if you have an extra car just kind of sitting around that you don't know what to do with, instead of selling it, you could just kind of rent it out and make money off of it. If you rent it out about 8 to 10 days a month, if it's priced right, your car will usually be able to pay for its note. Anything above that is profit or paying for additional, you know, maintenance and whatnot. It's definitely an interesting proposition. Here's an M4 for $275 a day. And if you go through here, there's plenty of interesting deals. Going through the rental process, most people will immediately say, well, what do you do about insurance? And insurance, as you saw on the main site, on the main Turo site, insurance is provided by Liberty Mutual. See down here, you have Liberty Mutual insurance. For all the different cuts that Turo takes, they have $1 million of liability insurance for the owner. For the renter, as it is with any rental car company, your primary insurance is the main insurance on the car. And so after that, you can get additional insurance, just like a rental car company. Turo will sell you some insurance. You can also search over here. You can do filters, have features. They have all-wheel drive, ski rack, audio inputs, you know, convertibles, bike wraps, long-term cars. You could do via cars, SUVs, vans, trucks. We can even search right by makes and models. Oh, and look at this. Here's a Volkswagen Jetta, a 2014 for $34 a day. Seems like a good deal. And if you notice up here, this is my car. So I've actually got my own car listed. Here's Max's Volkswagen Jetta. This is my daily driver. It is a manual, gets great gas mileage. Remember, guys, use this link in the description to get $25 off your first rental when you sign up. I have my book instantly enabled. Okay, I've got a price at $34 a day. I actually use their automatic pricing, but with a price floor, so that I will only accept a minimum amount, but essentially if the demand goes up, then Turo will automatically raise the prices for me. I allow pets in the car. It's got leatherette seats. I have different delivery details. I have all the guidelines. Some people require the renters to actually wash their car and before they return it. I don't have that, and I just want you to vacuum if you have pets. This car, as soon as I listed it, got a couple bookings within the first few days, and so it's going to be rented out over the holidays here coming up for 1 4 or 5 day rental, and the other is about a week rental. You can also offer discounts. You can set the mileage. If you want to do a longer driving trip, then you could look for cars that have more miles included. That is one main difference from most rental car companies nowadays. They'll give you unlimited miles, whereas Turo does restrict the miles a little bit. But remember, again, these are individuals' cars. Here you go. You can rent out my Jetta and enjoy it. And if you actually go through the rental process here, you can go through the different protection levels. If I buy the premium insurance, they charge $13 a day for it on top of the Jetta, which is a bit much. If I get the basic insurance, it's only $5 a day. And then on the owner side, and then I could also decline here. And then on the owner side, they have, you can either give Turo a 25% or 15% cut, a 25% cut, or a 35% cut, or have your own commercial insurance. And I'll have another video for the owners. This is basically it. This is Turo. This is how it works. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. And I'll have a few more in this series where I go over what it's like to be an owner, what the rental process is like, how my first rental went as a renter, and I'll consider buying a car just specifically for the purpose of renting out on Turo, and we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned.